I'm going to show you how to draw a simple leaf in as a portrait of it. One of the easier ways of securing a leaf is to put it on a piece of foam board. I mean, obviously it's going to dry up quite quickly, but if you can work quickly on this exercise, you can just actually pin it into place there, and it just keeps it a bit more under control for you. First part is to measure the leaf. So you want the length in millimeters, which is 130 approximately on this one, and the width, which is 50. Also the stalk, which is about 12. So once I've done that, I draw a box, those dimensions. As you get better at drawing leaves, this will become easier for you. Also put in a centre line, which is roughly where the midrib is going to be. Not all leaves have a central. Some leaves are larger on one side than the other, so that's something to keep an eye out for. Okay, this is where the stem is. Now you can measure, I'll take the leaf off the foam board now. You can measure the leaf at different widths. We know the widest point of it is around about there, but it's actually quite an even width. And it tapers quite heavily. So you could measure it at different points along the leaf if you want to mark them off just as small dots, if it makes it easier for you if you struggle with just drawing the curves. So for instance, it's 20 at 2.5. So at that point we're saying that it's about this width, and its maximum width. You can actually just drop it on the box if you want. There's kind of this point, and it starts to taper again down here. Now it's got a serrated edge, it's got a toothed edge, this leaf, but I'm not going to draw that in first. I'll put that in afterwards because it's easier to draw the secondary veins in, because the veins run right to the leaf tip. So the points of the toothing need to run level with the veins. So this leaf's got a fairly long, slim tip. I'm going to draw slightly outside of the edge. Becoming a bit too square there, so I'll take a bit off. So you can just draw in some light lines first of all and decide. Count the veins if they're not too numerous, and there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 down this side, and I can take one of those veins and measure the distance as to where it is. This one at 8. And that same vein runs right up to the tip, about 3.7. I know that vein's going to have an angle of roughly that. And to look at your angles, it's always worth taking a pencil and just dropping the pencil at the angle to give you a visual on the angle of the leaf. So we've got the main rib, we've got the secondary veins, and we've also got some tertiary veins here at third level. And there's actually all of these as well, these small ones, and we're not putting all of those at this point, we're just looking at simple shapes. You can measure the distance of each vein. It's going to take a long time to do that, so you usually just judge it from that point and work from there. The other thing to look for is if the veins are opposite, is staggered, or opposite there, staggered there, staggered. So some veins are pretty much even all the way down and some are staggered. This is a combination. I'm not going right to the edge because I'm going to bring these teeth inside. Actually, see, I'm putting some other teeth in as well, then that's the tertiary veins that will run up to the edge of those. They could go in either before this stage or how I'm putting them in now. And the midrib it's narrow, but not too. It's not a thin line, so I'm going to draw that in as a parallel line. And that's roughly just a basic leaf portrait.